Hello there. Welcome everyone to Magic the Gathering Arena. Again, I'm going to be using my inside voice since I'm still in a hotel and I don't want to disturb other people. It's been a while since we played this, hasn't it? Let's see, which of these do we want to swap out? Blue and green, white and red. Let's swap out black and green. We got white and black, okay. So before we do anything else, let's just do our mastery tree. Because Midnight Hunt is out, we've got a new mastery thing going on here. Let's see, what do we want? Which one are we going to focus on more? Maybe green. I mean, green's got some really good cards in this set. Yeah, let's go green. So start by unlocking those cosmetics. There we go. Now into the store. Just to see what the daily sale is. Nothing I'm too concerned about. I did notice at one point there was a sale on a player draft token, which I didn't realize I was logged into this account when that sale was going on, so I accidentally bought it. I meant to buy it for my personal account, but I bought it for this account instead, so we are going to do a player draft just because I have that. And I've got a bunch of packs to open since I've done a bunch of off-stream playing. We've got Long Rest. Orcus, Prince of Undeath, pretty solid card. A mythic wild card, won't say no to that. And fighter class, nice. Alright, now time for the actual packs that we're interested in. Innistrad Midnight Hunt, which is the brand new set that just released like a couple weeks ago. Has a bunch of new mechanics. So Flashback is a returning mechanic. Basically you can replay a card from the graveyard for its flashback cost. This is specific to spells, like, you know, instants and sorceries. Disturb is essentially flashback for creatures, but the backside of the creature is what you get when you play the Disturb, so that's interesting. Daybound and Nightbound is just kind of a reworking of how werewolves used to work. Now basically day and night is a thing that happens, and day and night follows the same sort of mechanic that previous werewolves did, only this time around all werewolves will simultaneously be on one side or the other depending on if it's day or night. Let's see, what's a rare? Augur of Autumn. This has Coven, which is one of the new mechanics. If you have 3 or more creatures with different powers, then stuff happens. What else do we get? Decayed is a new mechanic. It's essentially, I believe it only ever applies to zombies. But you know, you make a zombie token, it has Decayed, which means it'll eventually, like, it means it can't block And when you would attack, you sacrifice at the end of combat. Now keep in mind this is end of combat, not end of turn, not start of second main. End of combat, so after the attack happens, it dies. So keep that in mind. We've got Daybound, Disturb, alright, a mythic wild card, okay. More Coven stuff, flashback again, and a rare. Come on, stop giving me wild cards, give me actual cards from the set. Let's see. Am I missing any mechanics? I don't think I am. Also, yeah, cards like Obsessive Astronomer. Basically, werewolves aren't the only thing that cares about day or night. There are other cards that make use out of it. Curse of Leeches. Now, this card I've seen starting to make rounds. That's a pretty solid card. We got Flashback. Necrosynthesis. I don't think I've seen this card yet. Hang on. 2 mana, black enchantment. Enchanted creature as whenever another creature dies. Oh yeah, I have seen this card used. But maybe it's just like once. Light up the night. Pretty solid. I do like Olivia's Midnight Ambush. The -13/-13 is a nice callback to Tragic Slip. Yeah. Field of Ruin is back. It's in the set, which is it's back in standard, which is fantastic because there's a lot of creature lands out there, and Field of Ruin rotated. So, it's good to have this back. Poppet Stitcher. Alright. It's a okay card. I have not seen it see any play yet. Graveyard Trespasser. Ooh. That is a card I've seen being pretty solid. Let's see, Sacred Fire is actually kind of cool. I like that one. Alrighty. Ooh, Spectral Adversary. Now this is part of a cycle. A mythic cycle of creatures, one for each color, that have abilities relevant to that color. And basically, it's like Multi-Kicker, except unlike Multi-Kicker, you only pay the extra cost after the spell resolves. So you don't, like, your opponent can counter this, but you're still going to have all your mana. And finally, alright, nothing too significant. Ludovic. I don't think I've seen Ludovic yet. Hang on, what does he do? So 2 mana 2/3 is pretty solid. Whenever he enters the battlefield or attacks, you mill a card. That's pretty good. X blue blue black black. Exile X cards from your graveyard. Ludovic transforms. Activate only as a sorcery, and X can't be a 0. His flip side, 4/4. As the creature transforms into Olag, Ludovic's Hubris, it becomes a copy of a creature card exiled with it, except its name is Olag. It's 4/4. It's a legendary blue and black zombie in addition to its other colors and types. Put a number of 1/1 counters on Olag equal to the number of creature cards exiled with it. Okay. Pretty nice. Also, hang on, I need to quickly check the Google because there is a code. I can't remember if I've actually redeemed it on this account yet or not. Yeah, what's the code? So there was borrowed time. That one actually already expired. But I did redeem it. It gave you 4,000 XP, which is a lot. Alright, I have not redeemed Play Mid yet, so there you go. Our free 3 packs. What else we got? Dissipates a reprint. Alrighty. Old Stick Fingers. I like this card. You know why I like this card? Because it gets big. It can be small, but it gets big. It can cost as little as 2 mana, and it fuels itself on cast, not ETB. So that's nice. What else do we got going on? Let's see. There we go. Brybridge Tracker. Right, yeah. That's a pretty okay card. And finally, yeah, clues are kind of back, but not as important as they were back in the day. Ooh, Enduring Angel. Now this one I don't think I've seen. That art is pretty sick. So Flying Double Strike, you have Hexproof. If your life total would be reduced to 0 or less, instead transform Enduring Angel and your life total becomes 3. Then if Enduring Angel didn't transform this way, you lose the game. Ooh. Interesting. Backside. Flying, you have Hexproof. Angelic Enforcers, power and toughness are each equal to your life total. Whenever it attacks, double your life total. Oh, that's pretty sick. Oh, I like that. That's a really cool card. Very, very cool. Okay. Now, I want to talk about a few things first. Number 1, some sets rotated. Which sets were they, you may ask? Well, let's look in, where would I look at this? Decks? Yes, Decks collection, maybe. Okay, in collection, here we go. So what rotated is all of this. So Throne of Eldraine is gone. Only exists in Historic now. Bye-bye. Theros Beyond Death also is out of here. Not as glad to see it go as Throne of Eldraine, but still, it's nice to freshen stuff up. Ikoria, Lair of Behemoths. That set went ahead and rotated. And Core 2021. So now these are the only 5 sets that are standard legal. With the rotation of these sets, mana in standard kind of sucks. There's, you know, there are a few dual lands, but not that many great ones. And also, so I've been watching and listening to a podcast, the Arena Craft podcast, which is hosted by Covert Go Blue and Arjuna, who are two, I guess you could call them professional Magic players. Like, they do make money off of playing Magic, so. But yeah, they have a pretty interesting podcast, and they mostly talk about and get excited about Standard. Now, up until recently, I was like, screw Standard. Standard sucks. The cards rotate. You don't get to play with them all the time. That's why Historic is better, objectively, because all the cards that you get to use. Then I realized, no, actually, Standard's pretty solid, and here's why. Because of rotation, it keeps things fresh. With Historic, the way things get freshened up is by adding new cards, and that means the new cards have to be more broken than the cards that already were there, which means every time Historic does get freshened up, it's going to get worse and worse and worse. However, with Standard, you don't get that problem. You just, sometimes they'll introduce cards that fix problems, but sometimes they'll, rotate a whole set, and you don't have to worry about those problems anymore. So that's something to think about. I think I might want to give Standard a go. Now, also, I talked about this on Twitter. Yeah, the Jund Artisan I built myself. I talked about this on Twitter, which is... So you'll notice I only have 6 uncommon wild cards. The reason for that is I burned pretty much all of them on this one deck. There was a Historic Artisan event, which was free to enter, and it just required you to have an Artisan deck that was Historic legal. Artisan is basically you're only allowed commons and uncommons. That's what Artisan is. So there was this deck I found called Artisan Blink. There we go. This was a great way to show off the deck. So basically, Azorius, blue-white. Blink is essentially... Blink refers to this, where you exile a card and then it comes back. So you're looking for cards with ETB effects, or leaves the battlefield effects, but ETB is going to be your priority, essentially. There's a lot more ETB than leave the battlefield stuff, especially in blue and white. Stonebiter's familiar. Was not in the original list, but it's still, I think, pretty good. Just the fact that when something's exiled during your turn, you put a 1/1 counter on it. It does only trigger once per turn, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Yeah, this wasn't in the original list, but I thought it would be a nice add. Same with Cloud Shift. Neither of these two cards were in the original list. Therapin Inspector was basically the only way for white to draw cards up until more recent editions. Dawnbringer Cleric, I didn't want to go too far into having like a ton of these, but just having one in the deck is pretty useful, because sometimes you want to get rid of a card in someone's graveyard, or blow up an enchantment, or just gain 2 life. Like, it's very versatile. And a lot of enchantment based decks don't expect you to have enchantment removal in your main deck. So this is a nice, you know, gotcha card. Lumbering Light Shield. I like this card. I think it might be one of my favorite commons. Like, I don't know if it's in all of Magic, but definitely on Arena in Historic. So this came out with the new Historic Jumpstart, Historic Horizons. It's kind of a tempo card. It's really good against aggro because it's a 2-mana 1/4. Also, its ability to give a random card in the opponent's hand, perpetually costing them 1 more, is pretty great, because here's the thing, a lot of cards cost what they do because that's the rate of what makes it good. So think of Brainstorm. Brainstorm cost 2 mana instead of 1. It would be a lot less playable. It'd still see play, but you wouldn't be able to play, like, you know, 2 Brainstorms in a single turn that easily. So this kind of throws off your opponent's curve, and it's a solid blocker. Professor of Symbology. Professor of Symbology. ETBs you learn. You know, there's some decent learn cards. Well, some decent lessons, so it's always good to have access to those over here in the sideboard. We've got Environmental Sciences, just so you can hit your land drops. Reduce to Memory if there's a problematic card you need to get rid of. A few of the summonings, because each of these has their own use. Sometimes you need to fly overhead, sometimes you need a big body, and sometimes you need a really big body. Expanded Anatomy, honestly, I don't really use ever, but you never know, you might need it. Excuse me, you might need it at some point. And Introduction to Prophecy, I guess if you really need to dig for something. But again, I rarely pull this card. So, Skyclave Cleric. It's a land, first of all. But it also is a 1/3 that gains you 2 life. So, also good against aggro. Militia Bugler is gonna hit, I believe, every single card. I don't think there's a single card that Militia Bugler will not hit. So every single creature in the deck, it can get you. Very nice. Priest of Ancient Lore, just one of, but it draws you cards, and it's nice to blink. Illyrios Entraptured can build you a nice reflection army, getting those lovely reflections. Exclusion Mage. Now, I should probably be playing only Man of War and not Exclusion Mage, because here's the thing, Exclusion Mage only targets your opponent's stuff. Man of War can target your own things. The downside being Man of War has to target something, and so if it's the only card in play, it'll target itself. Soul Herder is essentially what makes the deck tick. This is kind of both these two cards tied together. It flickers every single turn and gets bigger every single turn. So that's pretty great. Muldrifter. This card's nice. One cool thing you can do is you can play this card for its vote cost and then flicker it with Cloud Shift. And then you get 4 cards and get to keep the Mold Rifter. And then Cloud Blazer. Draw 2, gain 2. Very nice. Here's our mana base. There's not a lot of great mana you can have in an Artisan deck. This is about the best you can do. So we're gonna hop into just a regular play with this Artisan deck, just to show it off. What might be fun on a different stream is to upgrade this, show how you can make this Artisan deck into a non-Artisan deck. This hand has it's a decent keep. Yeah, that might be fun to show off on another stream, but I only just want to kind of show this deck off once, and then we'll hop into a draft. Alright. I want to Lumbering Light Shield, kind of see what my opponent's playing, and also throw off their curve. Oh, Soul Warden. Okay. Is this Soul Sisters? White and black. Maybe it's Aristocrats. Huh. What you gonna do, opponent? You see, they had to spend 2 mana on this card. That's better if you only spend 1 mana on it. Let's see. Yeah, let's attack. And play Professor of Symbology. Now, what do we want? We could take Inkling Summoning. Honestly, though, Expanded Anatomy. Yeah, you know what? Let's take that. Because getting my Lumbering Leg Shield to be really good sounds really good. And I see what they're doing here. Soul Herder, huh? Okay. Here's the thing, if I play Soul Herder, this thing's just gonna keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger, isn't it? But I think this is what I want to do. No attacks. Flicker this. Yeah, stuff happens. We want you reduced to memory, so we can get rid of their Bloodthirsty Aerialist. And then after this turn, I think I'm gonna want to be flickering Lumbering Light Shield. Ooh. I don't like the fact that they got 2 of them. Yeah, this is a really bad matchup. We could maybe overwhelm them. But yeah, I kind of don't see us winning. Because we only have the 1 reduced to memory. Come on, opponent. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Well, let's reduce you to memory. Make that smaller at least. Soul Herder gets bigger. What can we do? I'm gonna see if we can't get ourselves something else useful. Introduction to Prophecy, maybe? Or Inkling Summoning, just so we can have a chump blocker. Yeah, I'll take the Summoning. Ooh, Exquisite Blood. I don't like that. Cloud Shift. I don't like how little white mana we have. That's the one thing we're struggling with. You know what? That's actually Dawnbringer Cleric. Destroy that enchantment. Now, is there any reason we really need Cloud Shift? Well, let's see, I'm gonna attack first. Alright, no blocks. Honestly, if we keep curing wounds, it's not ideal, because this thing's just gonna keep getting bigger. But you never know. Honestly, if we can hit a Man of War or an Exclusion Mage, we could bounce this back to hand. That'd be really good for us. Yeah, we really need to be drawing cards then. Revenge of Ravens, okay. Well, yeah, we know we can't really attack. Just need to cure wounds as much as possible. Soul Herder's not gonna do it. So now we need to play this Inkling Summoning just so we don't die. We need to win at some point. So just do beatdowns. And hope they don't have removal for this Inkling. Yeah, we'll flicker this. Go ahead and get rid of their Revenge of Ravens. Another Exquisite Blood. Well, good news is they didn't have removal. Bad news is we're still dead if we don't draw. Well, Cloud Blazer. This is gonna get us the card draw we're looking for. Keep beating down with Soul Herder. Let's flicker Cloud Blazer. We don't need this island. I mean, the more cards we draw, the closer we are to getting Man of War or... great. I mean, if they clicked the wrong thing, yeah, no, they selected blue. That was correct. So now I can't block, and now I'm dead. It was a good game. We did have outs, we just didn't draw into any of them. Alright. But no, here's what we really want to do. We want to do a player draft. So, Premier Draft. Use our token entry. And yeah, we're gonna draft the new set, Innistrad Midnight Hunt. Assuming we can get people to fill up these seats. Alright, we're ready to go. And just waiting on you. There we go. Alright, so what have we got? Storm the Festivals also. So yeah, Storm the Festivals, really good card. Oh, that's such a good card. I like it. I like it a lot. Now, come on. Hina, go ahead and pass. Waiting on you. We do not have Whole Night. It's possible they're having connection issues. Alright. Well, this is a rare, so I'll take a rare. Rares are pretty good. Okay, so we might be in green and blue. Not necessarily, but that seems to be where we're leaning. Tireless Hauler. Yeah. We'll take that one. We might just be mono green to BH. Path to the Festival is ramp. Duel for Dominance is fight. I'll take Path to the Festival. We definitely need some ramp if we can. Let's see. I'll take an Evolving Wilds. I don't know if we're gonna go 2 colors yet. I'll take Badrick just because it's a rare. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna go 2 colors yet. We might. Dawnheart Mentor. Also, sorry if you just heard something there. I kind of hit the mic. It's not where I'm used to it being. Dawnheart Mentor is kind of interesting. Yeah. I'll take that. Let's see. Dawnheart Rejuvenator is pretty good. I'll take it. Just that extra, 3 life, and it taps for mana. Okay, let's see. Pestilent Wolf can gain Death Touch. Seems pretty solid. We might be drafting just mono green. Let's see where the pack's at. It's all stuck at GSA Magic Master. Alright. Well, now if we are going... Honestly, yeah, green and red is really powerful in this set. Yeah, I'll take Brambled Armor. Alright. Speaking of red and green, Casting Naturalist. It's ramp. It's a werewolf. Yeah. It's pretty good. Aru is very sleepy. It has been a long day. Okay, Immolation. Yeah, I'll take Immolation. It's like removal, honestly. And Riot Survival, sure. Champion of the Perished. I'll take this because it's a rare. Now, looking specifically at red and green cards, we have Plummet or Ardent Elementalist. Those are literally our two options. I'll take the Elementalist. Come on. Pass me the pack. Alright. Fangblade Brigand. That's pretty solid. Yeah, I'll take the Brigand. Seize the Storm would be fine, but not in this deck. Tavern Ruffian. Yeah, I'll take that. It'd be a pretty good hit off Storm the Festival. Unnatural Moonrise. That's a pretty good card for what we're building. You know, we've got a few werewolves. And being able to control it becoming night would be great for us. Okay. Another Ruffian or Timberland Guide. Howl of the Hunt is also really good though. Yeah, I'll take Howl of the Hunt. Another Keswick Naturalist. I mean, if you want me to have that, I'll take it. Burn the Accursed is removal. Duel for Dominance is also kind of removal, but no, I'll take Burn. I'll take the Harrier. I guess we're taking Plummet. Yeah, we'll take the Brimstone Vandal. Timberland Guide. Got a Jack-o'-lantern and another Timberland Guide. Okay. Bloodline Culling. Not bad. I mean, it's terrible for what we're doing. It's a mythic, and it's in our colors, so we're taking it, but what's it do? Its power is equal to the number of card types among cards in your graveyard, equal... Okay, so it's a Tarmogoyf for your graveyard. At the beginning of your end step, create a green ooze. Yeah. I like it. Then we've got another Immolation, Bird Admirer. Yeah, we'll take Bird Admirer. We don't have much reach right now, and I'd like to have reach. Ooh, this is a tough pick. Do we go for Burly Breaker or another Unnatural Moonrise? I think we go Burly Breaker. Contortionist Troop. Cool. I like Stolen Vitality. I'll take the Troop. Cathartic Pyre. Just very solid removal. Though Village Watch is very, very good. But no, we could use a little bit more removal. This is a pretty good card. I'll take another, well, our first Stolen Vitality. I'll do Dread Knight. Yeah, you know what? I'll take that. Now, the hard thing is going to be figuring out what to cut, because we've got a lot of very good picks. Tireless Hauler. Yeah, I'll take another Hauler. Path to the Festival again, just for more ramp. I'll take a Sentry. And a Timberland Guide. Tapping at the window. And Duel for Dominance. Okay, now. The hardest part of drafting. What do we cut? We don't want you. Probably don't want you. Yeah, just cut all the cards not in our colors first. That's going to make things easier. Alright, now. What do we cut from here? We do have a lot of 2s. So you probably don't need you. This is fine, but we can probably do without. I'll leave in Duel for Dominance. And this. Death Touch is going to be very useful. Don't need Plummet. I'm going to keep tapping at the window. We don't need 3 Timberland Guides, though. Is Brimstone Vandal good? I don't... It might be. Let's see. Dryad's Revival, yeah, we'll leave that. I don't know if we need more than 1 path to the festival, honestly. We'll leave you in... How many instants and sorceries are we running? 4 and 5. Yeah, that's gonna hit most times. Let's see. Mounted Dread Knight is good, but we'll trim it. And one more thing for us to cut, maybe a 2-drop. Maybe tapping at the window. Yeah, we don't need that. 45 is solid enough. I know it's ideal to get down to 40, but I never know what to cut beyond 45. So let's hop into some games, test out this draft deck. So yeah, we drafted Gruul Werewolves, which is basically what the whole set Midnight Hunt is about, is werewolves. Alright, so what's our hand look like? I should probably mulligan this, but I'm gonna keep. I'm feeling lucky. We'll crack this one for red. Now we don't want to be thinning out our deck, but at the same time, we don't not want to be thinning out our deck. Okay, this is solid. We at least have a turn 2 play. Hopefully we'll draw a land and then we can play Path to the Festival. Ooh. Interesting. It's neither day nor night. When day becomes night or night becomes day. Oh, that's very good. That's a good card. Now here's the thing, if I play this, it's gonna become night. I would like to draw a card though, but no, we're gonna just play a 1/1. Actually, no attacks. If we can double block, I'll take it. But me not attacking with the Timberland Guide projects to my opponent that's my intention. And now they went in and attacked. I don't know if I trust this. Is it that they're willing to take a 2-for-1 trade, or that they have a combat trick? Because if it's the latter, we're screwed. If it's the former, okay, we're very screwed. We just sacrificed both our creatures and didn't get anything out of it, besides saving us 3 life. And now we aren't hitting any land drops. This was a horrible keep. I should not have kept this hand under... It's like a general rule that you never keep 2 landers, but okay, no, we can't win. It's a general rule that you never keep 2 landers, but you never know. Like, I didn't expect to not draw any lands those few turns. So that was an awful way to show off this deck. Come on, we can do better. Because I feel like this deck should be able to hold up. It's got some really good cards in it. Okay, 3-lander is better. We won't have any play until like turn 5. But we can have Immolation to kill anything they start out with. And if we're just gonna draw go, then we're doing draw go. Okay. That's a card I can kill with Immolation. I could get back Immolation, but Immolation's not going to kill this card anyway. So we'll pass. Burn the Accursed. Okay, so we're going to start with Consuming Blob. Okay. Well, that sucks. That's why we have Dryad's Revival though, so we can get that back. But yeah, this tracker is dealing damage to us. Ooh. Interesting. So which one do we kill? I'm gonna kill this. It's a more straightforward thing to kill. I don't know if my opponent really has many ways to enable Slogurk. But that slows down their clock by a lot. Ooh, that's a card that I would very much like to not have to face against. Alright, we need to revival back our blob. And don't die. Yeah. Down to 2. Well, player blob. If they counter this, we're dead. But I don't think there are any counter spells, but they have an instant. Okay, yep, we're dead. Okay, this deck may not be all that good. It should be in theory. Like, we have a solid curve. We've got early plays. We just haven't had any good hands. So come on. Heart of the cards. As Ian would say, heart of the cards. Come on, matchmaker, give me a good match. Immolation can kill. Pestilent Wolf. Okay, this is solid. We've got Revival to get back anything we need. Oh, and drew more removal. Nice. Ooh. I'm not gonna worry about that card currently. Okay, this is a better turn to play. Naturalist. Wardens, okay. I'm gonna pyre that. And then attack. Add green. And play Pestilent Wolf. That's a pretty solid turn. They have their own Pestilent Wolf, okay. Let's see here. We'll kill the wolf with an immolation. Go ahead and attack. Add green, because why not? No blocks. And then let's play Path to the Festival. Get green. Mostly for the sake of thinning out our deck. Okay. Let's just attack with Pestilent Wolf. They probably won't take this trade. And this card has Flash. So we're gonna wait. Now the downside is this gives them an advantage, but now we get a transform. They've got a very solid deck. You know, got some nice rares and okay. Uh-huh. But what if I flash this in? And now what are you gonna do? Alright. Yeah, transform back, whatever. Yeah, go aggressive. Okay, double block, sure. Let's do some more ramping. Thin out our deck. So you can't see this, but I have a card tracker over here. Alright. Yeah, just kill you. Alright. Told you this deck was good. We just had some bad draws. But as long as we have the cards that we need, it's a good deck. That's how that's supposed to work, right? Haru's sleepy, so Haru will be yawning a lot. Yeah, pretty much. Here's the plan. If we can get up to 7 wins with this draft, that'd be ideal. But if we lose too soon rather, then we can maybe trick out our historic flicker deck a little bit. Or do something that I've been planning as a potential fun little thing we could do in Arena. What you got there, opponent? How dumb do we think our opponent is? I think we can trick them. We're gonna bluff. They saw through it, damn. Oh well. Alright. They're getting a lot of value. Their 2-3 is now 4-5. Yeah, I won't block. Sweet. Okay. Tireless Hauler. No attacks. Now, if we draw one more land, we can storm the festival. And if we don't, we have other things we can do. Storm the Festival is actually a very cool card for werewolves because you're getting 2 permanents, ideally non-lands, into play. And let's see, 4/4, 3/4. I'm gonna risk it. If they don't want me to draw a card, they're gonna have to, yep, there we go. Let's see. Yeah, we'll just end the turn. We're now at the point where, now that it's night, we kind of want it to stay night. Our opponent's actually going to be the one to make it daytime. Ooh, very good. I think we block. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna block. Now, we did hit a land. We did not. That sucks. What we can do, though, is immolation here. Kessig Naturalist. Go attack, they probably block. Yeah. Come on, hit a land so I can storm the festival. That would be ideal. Ooh, betrayal. Okay. Then you tap down, yeah. We're not dead. Ooh, a blob. So here's the thing. I would really like to not die. We're gonna play the blob. Just attack here. Really? That was your clock. They just got rid of their clock. They could kill me in 3 turns. Oh, that doesn't have flying. Yeah, it does. It does. It has flying. They could have killed me in 3 turns if they didn't do that. Okay. Still not drawing a land. Well, let's go a bit aggressive. Okay. And then... I want it to turn night. So we're not going to play any spells. Okay, they've got their flyer now. We gotta storm the festival, though. Okay, Let's storm. And we have to win right now because if we don't, we die the next turn. Yeah. Well, good game, opponent. We don't have anything to win. I mean, we just have to hope they don't attack. Yep, they attack. Damn. This is a very close game. I was hoping to hit our card that had reach or something, but no. Alright, claim our prize for 1 win and 3 losses. That's very horrible. Oh, we got another one of these. Hound Tamer, okay. And let's go over to packs. What else did we get from Midnight Hunt? A Patrician Geist, okay. Let's go over to Dex. Clone this. Here's what we're gonna do. I want to take a look at potential upgrades we can do to this deck. So this is Artisan. What if we made it not Artisan? What are rares and mythics? So we've got God's Willing and Growth Spiral. Is that it? Is that literally it? That can't be it. Collected, rare and mythic. Hello, Decrepit Sundew. That can't be it. Oh, change the... Thank you for telling me. Yes, change it to just regular historic. That would be why. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Ephemerate is just gonna be a better cloud shift. So we'll cut that down. God's Willing would be interesting, but not really what we need. Let's see, anything else with ETBs? Thalia's Lieutenant. How many humans do we have in the deck? 17. Probably not worth it. But something to think about. Elite Spellbinder, though. That's gonna be a good card. Yeah, let's replace you with this. Then, yeah, this would be if we were playing knights, which we're not really. All the Skyclaves would be fun, just not really for a flicker deck. Ranger Captain Abios. So we could only tutor up one card in the deck, which would be Stonebinder's Familiar, so maybe not that great of a card. Skyclave Apparition is really hilarious with flicker decks, so I think we're gonna throw one of them in. Yeah, take you out, throw you in. We're not really gonna have much on the top end, I don't think. Luminous Broodmoth, though. Bazari's Lieutenant could be useful, just like throw 1/1 counters around. But no, Luminous Broodmoth is hilarious with 1/1 with like flickering stuff, because the card dies and it comes back with a flying counter, and then you flicker it so it loses the flying counter. Let's get rid of Mold Drifter for that. Anything else with flicker? Yeah, now we're getting too expensive. Alright, let's take a look at blue. Does blue have any worthy flicker cards? Spectral Adversary, maybe. What would that be in place of? Maybe... I kind of want to leave in the Lumbering Light Shields. I think it's a very good card. Yeah, we can go down one Skyclave Cleric for Spectral Adversary. What other flicker cards do we have? Foretell cards, no. Voracious Great Shark. Ooh, that's very interesting. Yeah, just having like one of those in place for our top end. I don't want to go down from 4 Cloud Blazers, but actually no, we don't have to. We'll go instead. Trim one of you. I don't think you're gonna be that. Actually, Militia Bugler is getting worse, right? Yeah, because we've got Elite Spellbinder, Luminous Blooperroot, and Moth. Yeah, we're throwing in a few extra cards that have more than 2 power. So let's trim 1 Bugler for Voracious Greatshark. And anything in the dual colors doesn't really look like it now. So now all we do care about is the pathways and the Temple of Enlightenment. So let's trim Mewtwo for pathways, trim 1 EU for a temple, and let's also see if we have any copies of, what's a card? Do we have any copies of Fabled Passage? That's the one. It looks like we don't. Or do we? Oh, right, we have to turn off the colors. There we go. Yeah, we do have 1 Fabled Passage, so we'll throw that in too. Okay, so this is the upgraded Azorius Blink. No longer Artisan, so we'll change that name. And let's do a couple games with this one. Just some regular play. Alright, regular Azorius Blink. How's this gonna go? A very slow hand, but not unkeepable. Well, it's starting to look like a worse hand now that we know that we're up against goblins. Or maybe it's just mono red, but either way. Didn't have a turn to play. Okay. Play Stonebinder's Familiar. Who knows, maybe my opponent will try to kill this one. So it's just bad mono red. Play in Illyrios. Probably not going to block with the Familiar, so I'll attack with it. Interesting. Yeah, we'll block here. Yeah, Illyrios was a great top deck because this is going to help us gum up the ground with blockers. Light Shield is a decent draw. What are we going to hit for my opponent? Oh, Rekindling Phoenix. Like to see that. Honestly, let's just ephemerate this. Okay. Now leave you back. Just keep attacking with our Familiar. Alright, they did get the Phoenix down. yet replay this. On the light shield. Alright. Perforos is getting more and more expensive. Soul Herder. You know what though? I'm gonna play Cloud Blazer first. No attacks. Next turn, if we draw an untapped land, we can play both Exclusion Mage and Soul Herder. What is my opponent playing? Just like a mishmash of all the red cards they have in their collection. Alright, we did draw an untapped land, so let's Exclusion Mage on you. Soul Herder. Yeah, we'll attack with Illyrios. And now we're gonna Flicker Cloud Blazer, because that's just a ton of value. That's gonna be very hard for my opponent to beat. Inferno. And attacking all out. Okay. We'll block here, block here. And then we take a bunch of damage. But is it too little too late for my opponent? Let's swing out. Oh yeah. Okay. So I'm kind of liking this. Very good. Looks like we unlocked some packs. Okay. What do we got? Cigar to Splendor. Nice. Alright, so we got white and black. Let's just play one more game with the Azorius Blink. Go away, Dropbox. I know my Dropbox is full. I don't care. It's not so much that Dropbox is full, it's that I got a free Dropbox thing when I got this PC because this laptop doesn't really have that much hard drive storage, and they're like, oh, here's a Dropbox. And then I never used it, and then it expired, and now it's 0 out of 0. Which is full. And now my PC will not shut up about it. My opponent's taking a while to decide if they're going to keep this hand or not. They've decided to keep. I'll keep as well. Now, it's possible that this deck doesn't really have... Oh, thanks for letting me know, Decrepit Sundew. I'm going to play with Raven Inspector, because we don't really have a turn 2 play. Though we'll probably do on turn 2 is Tranquil Cove into Stonebinder's Familiar. Daxos, ooh, mono white. Alright. Yeah, go into Stonebinders. I wonder if this deck has enough liquor cards. Is it possible we don't? No blocks. Yeah, let's just go Bugler. Spectral Adversary. Yeah, I kinda like that. No attacks. Now it's important to note phasing out is not the same as exiling. So this is not going to trigger Stonebinder's Familiar if we do it on our turn. Interesting. So it's an Angel's deck? I've got a kind of hilarious play if our opponent decides to block the Bugler. They don't. Alright. And we drop a Brood Moth, I think. Leonin War Leader. So they're just playing a mishmash of random white cards they have in their collection. Got it. I don't think we attack. Book of Exalted Deeds. Okay. No, it's okay. This works out. I was gonna say it's possible I should have just played this pre-combat, but they didn't even decide to attack anyway, so it doesn't matter. Now I'm gonna save the Great Shark. No attacks. Luminous Brood Moth, we're gonna note that. Sweet, and we drew a Cloud Shift. So this only hits enchantments. I mean, it can kill Daxos. So we'll do that. Get rid of Daxos. And I think I'm gonna Bugler. Ah, Cloud Blazer is a really nice hit. And now I think we go on the offensive. Yeah, just with that one. We do need to get their life total down. Interesting. we'll save that Cloud Shift. And play Cloud Blazer. Ooh, Ephemerate. Objectively better Cloud Shift. Just keep beating them down. Kill on opponent. What you got? Valkyrie Harbinger. We're gonna nope that with Ephemerate. Yeah, so flicker this, counter that spell. And we're gonna replay this on Cloud Blazer. Get a ton of value. Sweet, so Skyclave Apparition. What we're gonna do is hold full control. Play... no, wait, not yet. Play the Familiar first. Then we play Apparition with full control. Resolve, target War Leader, then Cloud Shift, target Apparition, and target the book. There we go. And my opponent scoops. Guess they couldn't beat that value. Very sweet. Now let's do one more. We'll do one more and then probably, depending on how fast the game goes, call it there. It's not a terribly long stream. I know I usually go for like 3 hours, but I do kind of want to cut down just a little bit for my own sake, and it's also starting to get late here. Start with the temple. Don't need that extra land. By the way, has anyone noticed the update to Arena where you can now no longer tell where your opponent is scrying? I think that's bullshit, because it's it's important information that if we were playing paper Magic, you would be able to know, and now it's just being hidden from you for some reason. It's dumb. Let's see. Oh, it's a bug. Okay. As long as it's not intentional. Cause like you're literally supposed to know as a player. I mean, they probably have something, right? They had something. This is fine. We'll crack this for... We'll crack it for white. Voracious Great Shark is... What? Why did they scoop? Alright, well, we'll play another one since my opponent just, like, gave up. They could not get past my cheap little creatures that weren't doing much. I don't know. Alright, temple. Don't need that. If we draw a land, I'd rather it not enter tapped. Yeah, Tranquil Cove, Thraben Inspector. Very good. Drew Cloud Shift, alright. So my opponent's playing mono black, it looks like. Might as well play Soul Herder. Doesn't look like they have anything to play at instant speed. Alright. Let's play another Soul Herder. Now I know one trigger is gonna fizzle. That's fine. I'd just rather not exile the other Soul Herder. Phyrexian Obliterator. Now that is a card. We'll crack this for white. Play another Thraben Inspector. And we'll go ahead and play Spectral Adversary. Pay that. Phase you out. We are making a lot of clues. Why are you attacking? You're dead. You do realize you're dead. Should have left it back as a blocker. I mean, I was gonna Cloud Shift my Spectral Adversary and phase it out again anyway, but like, in what world is that the tactical move that you should have done? Alright, what's our card? Bookworm. Cool. What do we think? One more? The games with this deck seem to go pretty quickly. Either we lose quickly or we win quickly. So we'll get one more game in and then call it. We should probably mulligan this hand. 2-lander. Yeah, we'll keep it. Lead with you. Got his Thraben Inspector. Go ahead and attack. And Militia Bugler. Interesting. Alright, Brood Moth. So what's our opponent playing? I see Bedevil and I assume Grixis Control, but looks just like black and red. Rakdos Control. And you're not gonna minus Tibble? You're thinking about it. You decided not to. Interesting. I'm just gonna go face. Let's draw Professor of Symbology. I think Elemental Summoning. If our opponent's playing control, we need to play aggressively, and they don't have counter spells because they're not playing blue. Orcus. Interesting. Minus Tybalt. Alright, so we can Skyclave Orcus. Yeah, just attack like that. Probably kill my professor. Yep. But hey, I get it back. And this time around, I think I want Expanded Anatomy. Very sweet.
Here be monsters.
And Ghost Form on Angrath. Alright. Alright, bye bye Skyclave. No reason for me to block. We'll crack a clue. Sure, I'll take Cloud Shift. Let's see here. I kind of want to Expanded Anatomy. Broodmoth. Both these go face. Hold back. Potential Cloud Shift for protection. Liliana. Okay.
I require servants. Your corpse will volunteer.
No fire, no steam.
I'll drop in a Thraben Inspector. What are you gonna do, opponent? Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright. Looks like we got another pack. Brutal Cathar. Okay, so enters the battlefield or transforms into Brutal Cathar. Exile target creature an opponent controls until this creature leaves the battlefield. And its flip side, first strike 3/3 with ward pay 3 life. Ah, that's a sweet card. Alright. Well, it's been 2 hours. Seems like a good place to call it. Is there anyone streaming? No one that I'm following. What about my recommended channels? Maybe... You too, Decrepit Sundew. Thank you for dropping by. Yeah, there's like no one that streams at this hour. That's the thing that sucks about being in Japan. We're gonna raid Buffy Cat. So... Yep. Go ahead and hit that raid button. Now, thank you all for stopping by. I had a great time. We got some good, cool cards. Right down here in chat, I'm gonna type out our raid message. So when we get there and show Buffy our love, you can copy and paste this or type it in yourself. And if you're a sub to me, you can have access to this cute little Haru Hug emote, along with a few others. And yeah, have a great day, or night, or whatever time it is for you in the world. And yeah, bye-bye.
Dissidents to fight for libertad. They've gone dark. Last seen at a fort in Balderas. We need to find them before Castillo's forces do. In Madrugada, we have Castillo's nephew, Jose.